in history where we were talking about is the five-man phased out of the game, and all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
Now Atlanta starting five. Ricochet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5 spot. Pass to Pirtle. Plenty of space. Rebounded by the Hawks.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Here's Ricochet, guarded by Barrett. And here's a Kongwu for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
And that one's good. Ingram.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
The kick out to Young. Johnson a screen on quickly. Clock at 6. Outside Young. Offensive rebound. Here's Daniels. Off target with the 3. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Outside Barrett. Quickly passes to Pirtle. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Off target from outside. The Hawks have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Quickly against Young. Outside Barnes. Ingram on the wing. Barnes the screen. Pass to Pirtle. And it's out of bounds. That one off Pirtle.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. Levert's checked in for Atlanta. Quickly against Young. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Ingram. Raptors trail by 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And that one's good. Young.
How's that for revenge? You know Young is looking to come right back with a triple of his own.
Pass to Ingram. Shoots over Johnson. Kongwu with the rebound.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Levert outside. Outside Young. Kongwu a screen on quickly. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Young's got 8 points.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Quickly passes to Ingram. 1:07 left to play in the first. Kicks it out to Barrett. Johnson against Ingram. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Here's quickly, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. So both teams making some changes here. Atlanta leading by 5. Levert outside. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ricochet. Still without a bucket. Puts the move on. Mobo with the rebound.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
There's a screen. To the wing, right side. Back to quickly. This one for three. Over to the wing. Walter from outside. The shot won't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. Hawks ahead, leading by 5. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the court for the Hawks. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then it's Rizachet. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's LeVert in at the point. The Hawks lead by 5. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stores.
Well, think about it, PA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Here's Shed. Pass to Walter. The three is up. Buries it from 3. Walters has got his first 3 points of the game.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
The 3 from Rizachet. And here's Niang. Capella, screen on Barnes. Second chance effort. Niang, no good. Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And there's the lob, and he hits it to tie the game.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. The 3 ball, and that one's good, man.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Pass to Barnes. Fades away. Atlanta with the rebound. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. And Rizachet gets it to go.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Outside Barnes. Pass to Abaji. Takes a 3. Fires in the triple. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Niang outside. Launches a 3. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. 4-3. That shot, no good.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Niang a screen. Oh, he picked him clean. And a fast break now for the Raptors.
And a steal like that, with the conversion, can really start moving things in your direction.
Capella, pass to LeVert. Oh, it's stolen away. It's 2-on-1.
Strong defense followed by some smart offense. That's just good fundamentals.
To stop the run. Niang, that's good. And the Hawks lead by 1.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Shed. No points so far. Barnes with a screen on LeVert. Here's Shed. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Atlanta's gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Outside man. Pass to Niang. Here's Risache. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer off the mark. And here's Barnes. There's 31 seconds left in the second. Sends it home from three-point land. Agbaji's got 6 here in the quarter. Man, the pass to Levert. The long-distance three is buried.
How about the response by Karis LeVert? This guy wanted to get it right back.
Here's Shed. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside man. Niang outside. Fires from deep. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Hawks ahead. Up by. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, direct your attention to second quarter. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
There it is, the three, and Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the center position, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. Outside Barnes. There's the triple. The shot no good. Atlanta leading by 4. Here's Daniels. No made baskets yet. Pass to Risache. Here's Daniels. Beyond the arc. Pirtle grabs a miss. Now the Raptors with it. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. The three from Quickly hits the three-pointer. Quickly's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Pass to Risache. Now Young, guarded by Quickly. Johnson a screen on Quickly. And a deep 3 from Young. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. They trail by 1. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Here's Daniels, covered by Ingram. It's stolen by Barnes. Quickly, passes to Barrett. Back to Quickly. For the lead. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, Daniels. He's scoreless. And Atlanta misses again. For Toronto, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. For Atlanta, they've gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Kept alive. Pass to Okongwu. Johnson for 3. Counted from distance. Johnson's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Quickly deciding where to go with it. The 3 from Barnes. That shot off the mark. The Hawks lead by 4. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Young, the pass to Okongwu. And the Hawks with another three.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find them.
Pass to Quickly. From the arc. He drops it from range. Quickly's got 6 here in the quarter.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Right wing. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Niang, he's checked in for Atlanta. LeVert comes in for Trae Young, fires the three, and it's Shed missing. Atlanta leading by 4. Launches it, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
46 seconds left to play in the third. Barnes, boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. LeVert's got 6.
That's just a feel that you have in the pick-and-roll game. Really good understanding of how to break the defense down by Karras.
And that one's good. Quickly.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. An open look. LeVert. Pass to Rizachet. From behind the arc. Rebound Toronto. Quickly outside. The three from Barnes. The shot, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Atlanta on top. They're up by 5. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Hawks. They've got Karras LeVert. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's Bufkin in at the point. Here's Mobo. Off the mark there with a 3. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Bufkin for 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Puts up a 3. No good there. And the Hawks shooting 36% for the game. Not great. Nance the screen. Pass to Bufkin. Now Niang. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the pick. Shot is up. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Raptors trail by 5. Here's Lawson. Out to the wing. Walter from outside. It's kept alive. And so it's Atlanta with it. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Toronto has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Here's Mobo. Knocks it down from distance.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
The Raptors have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. To take the lead. Bufkin with a rebound. The Hawks have got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. Here's Mobo, defended by Niang. Here's Shed. Over LeVert. And it's Shed missing.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pass to Nance. There's the three. Atlanta again missing. Toronto trailing. Here's Boucher for three. The rebound by Atlanta. Buffkin's got 4 rebounds in the game. Nance outside. And Atlanta misses again. The Raptors shooting around 35% from the field so far. The three is up. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Shed to the wing on the left. Here's Lawson. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Niang a screen. Nance for three. Knocks down the triple. And the Hawks lead by 5.
My goodness. Larry Nance, I see you. That's big time.
Mobo can't hit.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That's his first foul. So Toronto ends up going with a new group. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to Rizachet. Picked up by Kongwu. Three-pointer. And it's Rizachet with a three.
Yeah, that's what Rizachet is out here to do. He is first and foremost a three-point shooter. A good one at that.
Barnes passes to Pirtle. And here's Ingram outside. On the wing quickly. Let's go with a three. Gets the three to fall.
Ooh, he's been hot from out there, helping to keep them in this game.
And you don't need to tell him that. He's used the three-point shot as his primary weapon today.
Kongwu will screen on quickly. Young from long range. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And just a painful blow right there. I mean, eyeing the lead, they give up a big triple.
The three. Pirtle finds Ingram. Lets it go from deep. Oh, he nails it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And you have to love the intensity from Ingram when they're up against it, always ready to attack.
Young with it, now quickly defending. The three from Rizachet. Rebounded by Ingram. Here's Toronto with the ball.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Here's Daniels. They get the rebound. From deep. Off target with the shot. So it's Atlanta picking up the win. Thanks, Allie. Great interview.
Young stand to create more offense?
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience, it takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Sinks the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Darko Rajakovic had a few moments to share with me before. They were raving about an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Andrew can beat you scoring it, but he can also be a shutdown defender. High praise for Wiggins, the former first overall pick. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Barrett, no good. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Toronto's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Burks on the wing, pass to Adebayo. Outside, Hero. Here's Ware, covered by Barnes. 5 on the clock. The jump hook, it's good.
Well, not much the defender could do there. Just didn't have the height to bother that shot.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots. You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Walter, he's checked in for Barnes. Quickly against Hero. Inside. And Pirtle sends it back. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Raptors leading by 6. Quickly with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Ingram. Lets the 3 fly. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Hero. And he banks in the layup. Hero's got 5 points so far.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Here's Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. Plenty of space. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
There's a good screen. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. And it's off from 3-point range. Barrett with the ball. Picked up by Hero. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Pirtle that time on the assist by Barrett.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. The Heat trail by 7. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Trying to find Hero. He gets it to him. 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Burks kicks to Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen on Barrett. 4 on the clock. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here's quickly for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Outside, Hero. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Hero. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. He's got 8.
Oh, a dead-eye shooter. Hero is always ready to snipe it off the feed.
Here's Ingram.
First game back. Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Boucher passes to Abaji. Here's Walter. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
They've got Scotty Barnes, and it's Abaji in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. It's stolen. Here's Shed. And a miss there on the triple. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. I think that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Abaji. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Anderson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jacoby Walter. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Raptors.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Tries to keep it alive. Lets it go with the 3. Robinson pulls it in. The Heat trail by 4. Anderson in the post. The second effort. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Ware. 4 on the shot clock. Tries again. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Puts up a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Abaji's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside for Robinson. He trains the quick shot. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Miami needs to get a shot off. Where? Good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Driving inside. Pass to Mobo. Fades away. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 6-point game. Robinson up top. The three from Anderson. Traps in the tray. Anderson's got 7 points in the game.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
The Heat trail by 3. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. To the left side wing. Alter pulls it in.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
It's to Abaji. Fires the 3. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now here's Anderson. Defense right on him.
Toronto foul.
Both teams will make substitutions.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
11 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. On its way from Burks for 2. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Wiggins has got it all tied up now for the Heat. It's all tied in Toronto. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice performance by Emmanuel quickly.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half. We've got Alec Burks. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5 spot. Here's Hero. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero's an outstanding offensive player.
Here's Barnes. Out to Barrett. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. Pass to quickly. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Ingram. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Barnes. Barrett wide open. He fires. And again, no good by Toronto. Miami's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Toronto, they've gone 0 of 5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Barnes can't get it to go. The Heat with the lead. Kicks it out to Hero. Burks dishes to Ware. Pass to Adebayo. And stolen by Barnes. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Puts it up. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Barnes finds Barrett. Launches a three. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. But I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Nice break. Here come the Raptors. And here's quickly for three. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ware kicks to Adebayo. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the pick. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And the Heat, another three.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
Here's Burks. Lays it up off the glass. Burks has got 5 points so far.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. For three, Ingram, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And known for the jump shot, Ingram needs to keep firing away with confidence from that spot.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Adebayo passes to Wiggins. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Headshot off. And so it's Miami holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Walter. And it's Mobo in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And it's Shed missing. The Heat leading by 8. Pass to Highsmith. It's 2-on-1. Pulls up for three, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
They got to keep looking for fast break scores to even this game up.
Love. Here's Larson from deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Mobo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Heat.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And during this game, they sliced the D apart by just attacking the rim, flat out dominating them inside.
Buries it from three-point range.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And again, no good by Toronto. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. Here's Highsmith. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And now it's a 10-point Miami lead. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And here's Barnes for 3. Faster quickly. Beyond the arc. Trains the three-pointer.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And there's the drive. Adebayo finds Wiggins. Here's Hero. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Nobody near Barnes. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Here's Ware. Pass to Adebayo. To the paint. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Raptors are going 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Now Barrett. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Going for a dunk, Ingram uses that physicality, clearing the defense out of his way.
It's Hero with the drive. The jump hook, Where no good. Toronto's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Ingram is slammed up by Ingram.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Here's Ingram. It counts, and the foul. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
Toronto shooting around 40% from the floor here. Out to Barrett. Passed it quickly. And Ware pulls it down. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And here's Adebayo outside. And the Raptors with possession. For 3, Ingram. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last. .34 seconds left in the game.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
Out to Ingram. Drive to the hoop. Money!
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the three and try to force OT.
Here's Quickly. Takes it inside. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
Quickly looking it over. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
It's the Hawks to start out. So a look at our starters for the Heat. They've got Tyler Hero. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at center, filling out the middle. Now here's Young. 5 on the clock. Adebayo grabs the board.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Here's Ware. Second shot opportunity. Over to the wing. Adebayo passes to Burks. Off target from three-point range. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip." So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence.
High percentage look right off the bat.
There's Young with the three. Nails it from 3.
Undeniable range. Young is going to pull up the moment he gets any angle out there.
Hero against Young. Puts it up. Jump shot is good that time.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor. The D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Adebayo. And Miami again with the bucket.
Bam knowing what to do. He's owning the paint right now.
And a deep 3 from Young. Rebound Miami.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now here's Wiggins. Back to Adebayo. Shoots over Johnson, and too long on the shot. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. A good look from Young. Gets it to go from the corner. Young's got 5 now.
That stroke looks so good from Trae Young.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Young way outside. The rebound by Wiggins. And Wiggins has got the ball here for Miami. They trail by 1. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
B.A., Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami. Trae Young's dangerous because he's got that confidence and he's ready to shoot anytime he gets it.
Here's Adebayo. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta has gone 2 of 5 from deep. LeVert finds Young. From deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown. He's got 11.
And you have to guard him out there. I mean, he can do damage from deep, even from way beyond the arc.
And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. That'll put Tyler Hero on the line. That one on Young. Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Niang comes in for Daniels, and it's Risache in for Trae Young. Niang, no good. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Love. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Capella can't get it to go.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Love, a screen on Johnson. Robinson passes to Love, shoots over Capella, and it's Love missing. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Johnson inside, working on Adebayo. Some room here for Capella, and Atlanta misses again. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Miami out in front. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Love the passing that they've displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then it's Karis LeVert. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Risache in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, can have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. And that sends Kyle Anderson to the free throw line. That's on George Niang. Buffkin, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
The rebound by Atlanta. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Miami leading by 5. Here's Niang. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. The Heat have gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. And again, no good by Miami. The Hawks have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Fires for 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Anderson. He's off on the layup. Atlanta's gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Here's Mann. Connects from downtown. Mann's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Anderson for 3. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
He shoots again. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. And now a 7-point Miami lead.
Anderson, he excels when he plays in the open court like that and has a chance to make a good decision.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Miami making a switch here. A minute 42 left to play in the half. From deep, Mitchell. Rebounded by Daniels. Atlanta's gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Here's Risache. Yet to see a basket. And he's going for the lob. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
The pass The catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Mitchell against Young. Pass to Burks. Fades. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Burks has got 6.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. They lead by 8, biggest lead of the game. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Atlanta's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Outside Young. Okongwu, a screen on Mitchell. Young from long range. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got rebound number 8 now. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Shoots from the right block. And there's the play by Mitchell inside. And the Heat lead by 10.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Here's Daniels. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Kyle Anderson has been leading the charge for the... All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, one guy who's been getting it done is Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Alec Burks. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And here we go. Trae Young doing his thing, cooking with grease right now.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Hero with the bucket.
And the defense knows that Hero can get that jumper working from just about anywhere.
Young against Hero. Young, the pass to Johnson. Now Okongwu. No points yet. 5 to shoot. Throws it up high. Stolen by Hero. Outside Burks. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department. And then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Well, that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Now here's Young. He's got 14. Pass to Okongwu. On the wing, Daniels. Picked up by Okongwu. All sorts of time. And the Hawks tack on 2 more.
Yes, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Adebayo, no good. Hawks trail by 7. The 3 from Rizashea. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Wiggins from long range. The rebound by Atlanta. And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second-best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency, bro.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. I hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Outside Young, jacks up a three. The rebound by Burks.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Hero, and they cash it in right away with a quick shot. And it's an 11-point Miami lead.
Such a smooth shooter. Assertive Hero right now on offense.
Takes the three, gets the three ball to go. Daniels has got 8 points here in the quarter.
And he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Burks for three. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got his 4th rebound in this one. From downtown, drills it from deep. Now just a 5-point Heat lead.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Wiggins. And again, it's Miami converting. A minute 20 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. It's Johnson with a drive. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Pass to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Wiggins with a screen on Young. And he lobs it up. Oh, Wiggins over the top.
He makes that look so easy. Andrew Wiggins up and down on the alley-oop.
Here's Young. He's guarded by Hero. Young looking for an opening. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Atlanta making some changes here. Niang comes in for Daniels, and Karis LeVert is subbed in for Trae Young. And Miami also making a switch. Robinson's checked in, and Atlanta misses again. Heat leading by 9. Pass to Hero. Back to Adebayo. Baseline try. The rebound by Atlanta. There's 21 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The three from Risache, and the three-pointer goes.
And you see how dangerous Risache can be from deep, especially considering how fast his release is.
Outside Burks, back to Hero. And so it's Miami leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's most... We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Hawks trail by 6. We've got Clint Capella. Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then it's Karis LeVert, and it's Krejci in at the point guard position. So that's the Hawks 5. And here's LeVert for 3. The shot that time not on target.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
The 3. And Anderson gets the 3. Anderson's got 20 points.
That's a pretty good look from Kyle Anderson. Good form as he squares up and knocks down one from the perimeter.
Capella can't get it to go. Heat leading by 9. Anderson drives. And it's Niang with the rebound.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Puts up a deep 3. Pass to Krejci. Launches it from deep. Offensive board. LeVert with the ball. From outside the arc. He buries it from 3. LeVert's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. To the paint. Here's Anderson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Heat lead by 8.
What a confidence-building game this is for Kyle Anderson. He is a skilled scorer.
4-3. It's LeVert on the wing. It's LeVert on the wing. Niang a screen. Just 5 to shoot. The shot by LeVert, no good. And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
A nice shot by Krejci.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's man. And the Hawks with another 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Now here's Hero. Defense right on him. Misfires there. 4 for 6 in the game now. Ooh, poked away. Fast break Miami. Pass to Highsmith. Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple. Highsmith's got himself on the board with a 3 there. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Miami.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Oh, what a pass! Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. Highsmith passes to Anderson. Here's Larson. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Screen by Capella. Here's man. On the wing man. Takes the 3. Puts up a deep 3. On the wing man. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Atlanta with the ball. 4-point game. There's Young with the 3, and it's good. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. Outside Burks. They set the pick. Here's Ware. Guarded by Okongwu. Wiggins down low. Yes!
Wow. That takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Young, the pass to Johnson to tie it up. Cash. Oh, an enormous three-pointer.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Adebayo sets a screen. There's the 3. Misses the tray. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
The 6th man, being substitution. Number 20, Kyle Anderson.
There's Young with the 3. Oh, it's off the mark. Here we go to overtime. Time expired. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Here we go. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3. Hero with the bucket. That gives him a double-double.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Young against Hero. Oh, Trae virtually automatic from deep.
It's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And there's a pick. Here's Hero. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Okongwu finds Young. The three is up. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. Burks for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Heat lead by 2.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Over to the left wing. The 3 from Rizachet. Drops in the 3.
And they retake the lead with a bounce-back 3.
Here's Hero. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Hero with the heroic slam.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 from the perimeter so far in overtime. Picked up by Okongwu. Puts up a 3. Young can't hit.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
They set a pick. Inside. It's stolen by Okongwu. Outside Young. Pass to Daniels. The 3. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that narrows the gap to 1. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. About 2 minutes into OT now. It's been a good one. The rebound by Ware.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Pass to Rizachet. Picked up by Okongwu. And it's in.
How about the rookie, Zachary Rizachet, delivering a timely bucket?
Now here's Burks. Defense is right there. With the fadeaway. Okongwu with the rebound.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Hits the trifecta.
Oh my, Rizachet, just huge.
Here's Wiggins. The layup misses. Outside Johnson. Stolen by Wiggins. Hero for 3. Off the mark. So it's Atlanta picking up the win. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
And in this game, that matchup at the guard position, that is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett at the 3. And here's Barnes for 3, rebounded by the Hawks. Daniels with it. Okongwu with a screen on Ingram. Three-pointer, Daniels. Kicks it out to Johnson for 3. The shot will not fall. Toronto with the ball. And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
So we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Young's shot is good.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks break, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Johnson sets the screen for Young. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Daniel. Three-pointer. And Pirtle pulls it down. Quickly looking it over with the fadeaway. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
From downtown. And Pirtle pulls it down. And so quickly will bring it up for Toronto. The kick out to Barnes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Johnson the screen. Young from outside. The Hawks again can't hit. Raptors leading by 3. On the wing quickly. From past the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Daniels from outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
No defender within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the 3. That's a dangerous proposition.
The kick out to Barnes. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Oh, my goodness. What an answer from Scotty Barnes. Drills the comeback triple. Stop it.
A reserve through his first 3.5 seasons. Quickly now stepping indoors to a starting role.
You know, Kevin, you go from instant offense role off the bench to now being a lead guard. The responsibility takes an extraordinary step up. But this guy is clearly ready. Quickly wanted to be a starter in this league.
And it's quickly missing. The Hawks have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And Pirtle sends it back. LeVert's checked in for the Hawks. And Toronto also making a switch. Walter, he's checked in for Barnes. Here's Okongwu. Still yet to score. Launches it. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
Young against Quickly. The Hawks again can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And here's Ingram from the arc, and they get it back. Here's Walter. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Tie game in Atlanta. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You know, I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
They're working together so well, and there's a level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
So for Toronto right now, we've got Barnes, and it's Shed in at the point.
Don't you love to see Karis LeVert rise and fire? Perfect form on that release.
Shoots the three. Rebound, Atlanta. Now, Niang takes a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Niang's got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks. Barnes outside. Takes the three. And with the rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Capella, the pass to LeVert. There's the three. Abaji pulls it in. Raptors trail by 5. Here's Mobo. Hits the three-point bomb. Mobo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's LeVert. And it's good off the back rim and in. LeVert's got 4 points this quarter.
That's just a feel that you have in the pick and roll game. Really good understanding of how to break the defense down by Karis.
Atlanta leading by 4. Here's the three. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on. Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Pass to Mobo. 6 to shoot. Nobody near Barnes. Barnes with another miss. Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Fires the three. Man can't hit.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Abaji the pass to Barnes. Good on the triple. And now a 3-point Toronto lead.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Here's Shed. Atlanta again missing.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
And so it's Capella who brings up the ball for Atlanta. Niang, no good. Raptors leading by 3. Raptors moving the ball around. Walter. On the wing, Barnes. 8 points for him. Pass to Shed. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Niang. Nailed from three-point land. Niang's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Here's Walter. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Walter's got 5 points in the quarter. Levert the pass to man. There's the triple. Rebound by the Raptors. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Shed missing. The Hawks trail by 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And here's quickly for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Raptors out in front. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's Young. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Shea in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Young from outside, hands it from downtown. Young's got 15.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
There it finds quickly from outside the arc. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Daniels. Pass to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock for the lead.
You have to be impressed with the instincts and versatility on the defensive end from Scotty Barnes. This guy legit.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, that's about perfect timing on the alley-oop finish. Scotty Barnes' teammates know he's a big-time vertical threat.
Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin? To me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
And that one's good, Barnes. Barnes has got the lead up to 4 now for Toronto.
How about Scotty Barnes getting that jumper off the bounce so quickly the defense can't get there in time.
Here is Daniels. He's covered by Ingram. Johnson right side. Shea in the corner. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Here is Daniels. Barrett covering. Daniels dishes to Young. Lets it go from deep. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got 7 rebounds in the game. Ingram outside. Pass to Barnes. Launches a three. Rebounded by the Hawks. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Locked up there for Johnson. And stolen by Barnes. Now the Raptors moving it up. A three from Quickly. Rebound Atlanta. Okongwu's now got 9 rebounds now tonight. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The Hawks again can't hit. Toronto leading by 4. Pass to Barnes. Barnes screen on Young. For 3, Barrett. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And Okongwu slams it in.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Barrett kicks to Barnes. The tray. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Quickly against Young. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Atlanta making some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Dyson Daniels. And it's LeVert in for Young. Raptors also changing it up. Abaji's checked in. And it's Walter in for Brandon Ingram. And Okongwu slams it in.
And this kid, Ricochet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man. Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Johnson with a screen on Barnes. Clock at 6. Here's Niang. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. The Raptors have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. No coverage that time. Barnes has got 8 here in the quarter.
Quick release from Scotty Barnes. My goodness, pre-shot preparation was on point.
Okongwu with a screen on Barnes. Here's Niang. Good on the three-point shot. Niang's got 9.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become.
And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for the Raptors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Chris Boucher, and it's Shed in at the point guard position. There's a screen. Walter. Raptors get it back. Another shot. Outside for Lawson. They swipe it. Here's Mann. It's rebounded by Lawson.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Toronto working the ball around now. And he's good on the 3 ball. Walter's got the lead up to 5 now for the Raptors.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Got that one up quick. Mann's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Out to the wing. There's the 3. Mobo can't hit. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And it's Capella missing. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Boucher's shot is off. And so it's Capella who brings up the ball for Atlanta. Now here's LeVert. He's covered closely. Cranes it from beyond the arc. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Here's Niang. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Boucher. And the Raptors miss again. And it's the Hawks' ball. They've got an 8-0 run. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And the Raptors with some changes. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Young fires away from outside. The offensive rebound. Johnson kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. Johnson with a screen on quickly. And here's Young from the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ingram outside. Fires from deep. Rebound Atlanta. Daniels has got his 4th rebound in this one. Young with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half. For 3, Ingram drills the three-pointer.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Hawks.
Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And how about the find by Trey, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
Three-pointer. Hurdle finds quickly. Fires for 3. Connects from three-point range.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Young. After Rizachet. Another 3 for Atlanta.
A catch-and-shoot specialist. Rizachet thrives in that role.
Here's Barnes. On the wing quickly. Over Young. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 11 rebounds in the game. Okongwu with a screen on Barrett. Young, no good. Raptors trail by 6.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Out to Ingram. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Pirtle. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
How about they look to Pirtle in a critical stretch and he comes through. The pressure bringing out his best.
And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That is his first foul of the game. 35 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. It's Young on the wing, quickly covering.
Well, another Tin Cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a 4th quarter he's going to want to remember.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Just a threat to score off the dribble. Young is crafty at assessing the defense and exploiting it.
For 3, Barrett. And so the Hawks take the win. It was up for grabs, right? And thank you, David. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and
drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
So the Raptors starting 5. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
They're just letting the play develop. Hero is gifted at reading and breaking defenses down.
Barnes passes to quickly. The 3, Barrett. Always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Eric Spoelstra had a few moments to share with me, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions, he's unselfish, he's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly Barnes has a big fan here.
Good job there, Allie, thanks. And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Clock at 4 to the left side wing. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Here's Ingram. Shot from the inbound. Adebayo grabs the board. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Heat. The kick out to Wiggins. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Barnes passes to Pirtle. Back to Barnes. Outside Barrett. Pass to Barnes. Shot on the wing. He squares up and sinks it.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Hero against Quickley. Adebayo up top. Stolen by Quickley. Ingram up top. Hounded by Wiggins. Works for 3. Sinks it from distance.
And making the extra pass. Wiggins' teammates appreciate his willingness to get it to them when they're uncovered.
And here they come. Rebound Toronto.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach. Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Adebayo from long range. That shot is off. The Raptors with a lead. 3-pointer. And it's Quickley. That time on the assist by Ingram.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Puts it up from 12. Pirtle grabs a miss. Toronto has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat stand. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
Now here's Barrett, quickly from outside. Pure from 3-point range. Quickley's got 6 points.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out. Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Barrett. On the wing quickly. He's got 6. Pass to Ingram. 3-pointer. Adebayo grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the 3-point line.
Throw it down on the lob.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Toronto, Jakob.
And so Pirtle nails both of them. A multiple-time All-Star. What aspect of Adebayo's game stand catches your eye nightly?
Well, Brian, I'd say it's not one thing. He's a very complete player. He can rebound, defend, pass, score. This guy does it all.
And by all accounts, a great teammate as well.
That's exactly right.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Jovic, he's checked in for Love. Here's Barnes. Out left to the wing. Walter from outside. Rebound by the Heat. Outside Robinson. Here's Jovic. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Toronto Raptors, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their work from... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
They've got Duncan Robinson. Kyle Anderson is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Larson in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami. On target from range. Agbaji's got 6.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Now here's Anderson. Pass to Highsmith. For 3. Now here's Anderson. Robinson for 3. Knocks down the long J.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
The 3 from Barnes. He can't hit that time. Heat trail by 6.
Raptors foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Kicks it out to Anderson. And it's Toronto with a rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new. And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Robinson's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry. Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Drills it from deep. And it's an 11-point Raptor lead.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Outside, Anderson. From the arc. The shot no good. For Toronto, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. The 3 from Barnes. And Hero grabs the board. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. Here's Anderson. Off with the layup. Here's Agbaji. Hits the trifecta. Agbaji's got 9 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Anderson can't get it to go.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Heat trail by 14. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks. Boucher's checked in for Toronto. And it's Shed missing. Miami has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Kicks it out to Anderson. Lets it fly. Mobo with a rebound.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Hero outside. Right side Robinson. Anderson. Outside Burks. Lets the 3 fly. That one doesn't drop.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
From downtown, and the basket by Agbaji. Agbaji's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Here's Ware, and the 6-footer is good. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Agbaji. 3-pointer, no good. Heat trail by 13. Outside Burks. Pass to Anderson. Rebound Toronto. Mobo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Back to Burks. Now Anderson. Fires the 3. Connects from downtown. Anderson's got 7.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And the basket by Agbaji.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson.
On the court.
The 3, Barrett. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Toronto Raptors in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So the Raptors 5 right now. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett in at the 3 spot.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Heat trail by 13, and the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship, and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
Quickly from outside, that's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. 9 points in the game.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
This one for 3. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Yeah, this is what Barrett does best. A talented scorer who keeps things simple on the offensive end.
The kick out to Wiggins. Burks passes to Hero. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Toronto leading by 13. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Barrett. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple. Barrett's got 6 points in the quarter.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
Quickly passes to Ingram. Offline with a 3. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for Miami. It's Wiggins on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Quickly finds Barnes from deep 3-point land. Miami grabs the miss. Pass to Burks. Adebayo with it. Now Wiggins, guarded by Quickly. Back to Adebayo, over Pirtle, and Adebayo with the basket on the assist by Wiggins.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
Shot is good by Barrett. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Robinson, he's checked in for Miami. From deep. Doesn't go for him. Toronto leading by 16. Quickly from outside. And it's Miami with a rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Raptors.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And the Heat making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. The 3 from Quickly. The rebound by Ware. Miami has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. And Adebayo slams it in.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Quickly from outside. Gets the 3 to fall. Quickly's got 12 points.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Ware. And he can't get that one. Pirtle with some nice D. Pass to Walter. Over to the left wing. Here's Mobo. No good with the triple. Heat trail by 17. Left side Robinson. Back to Mitchell. Adebayo from long range. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Top of the key. Fires from deep. The rebound by Burks. The Heat have gotten 5 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Mitchell with the ball. Now Quickly defending. Fires the 3. And that one's good. Mitchell for 3. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Walter. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Quickly. Mitchell grabs a miss. Shoots. That one's wide left. And so it's Toronto up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And they've got a comfortable lead in large part.
This is it, fans.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Tyler Hero. Duncan Robinson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Pass to Battle. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Heat. And here's Hero. Outside Robinson.
Raptors foul.
Toronto making a switch here.
First team foul. Raptors substitution. Ochai Abaji.
Right side Love. The baseline J. That's good from Robinson on the assist by Love.
So you can run your offense through Love. A great playmaker there in the front court.
Here's Dick. Pass to Abaji. And here's Dick. Shot clock at 6. From deep 3-point range. Love grabs the miss. Heat trail by 12. Here's Larson. Now Robinson. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Mobo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Lets it go from deep. And again, Toronto, no good. For Miami, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. And the Raptors miss again. Well, the Heat's shooting 40% so far in this one. Here's Hero. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Raptors lead by 10. Here's Dick. On target from range.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
It's stolen by Love. Robinson for 3. Walter pulls it in. Toronto's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. With the floater, and there's a nice layup by Robinson.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Here's Lawson. Robinson defending. Here's Mobo. On the wing, Grady Dick. There's the screen. The 3. Offensive rebound. On the wing, Grady Dick. And again, Toronto, no good.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Raptors lead by 11. Oh, they pick off the pass. Left side, Robinson. Hero outside. Outside Love. Pass to Robinson. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
A team-first big man with fantastic fundamentals. Love will find his open teammates, always.
Here's Abaji. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Down low. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. And the Raptors lead by 10. Hero for 3. Rebound Toronto. Well, Grant, this game looks just about over.
BA, all they really need to do is just work that clock, don't turn it over, and this game is a wrap.
So it's Miami now. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. 36 seconds left in the 4th. Love for 3. He buries it from 3. On offense, here come the Raptors. They've got a 9-point lead. Mobo can't hit.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And so here is Toronto going inside to the left side wing. And so Toronto takes the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
I think in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3 spot. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes. Wow.
On the wing, Daniels. Brooks covering. And here's Daniels. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pass to Hero. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. There's Hero with the 3. Rebound by the Hawks.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck and middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Reza Shea with the steal. Pass to Okongwu. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Young outside. 6 to shoot. Another miss by Young. The Heat have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Hawks have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Here's Reza Shea. He's guarded by Adebayo. And that one's good. Reza Shea.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Hero kicks to Ware. Burks looking around. It's tipped and stolen by Okongwu. Fades back. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Reza Shea can really do damage from the perimeter.
Burks the pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by Miami. Knocked loose. 13 feet away. Miami no good on that time either.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And here's Young from the arc. Scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Great to watch Trae Young set plays up on a nightly basis.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Now Johnson. Following the 3-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Young, no good.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Here's Adebayo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
And the power of Adebayo. Get off me.
This is his first free throw of the game. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Here's Rizachet. He has 5. On the wing, man. Stolen by Robinson. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Larson, no good. The Hawks leading. Rizachet wide open. Drills it from outside. Rizachet's got 8 points.
And we're going to see a lot of that in the coming years. Rizachet with great range.
And a wide open look for Hero. The 17-footer goes down.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Hero from long range. Bangs home the trifecta. Hero's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Heat. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
They've got Anderson. Duncan Robinson out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
So much talk about being undrafted out of college. How about Duncan Robinson and how far he's taking his abilities?
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Larson with the bucket.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
LeVert inside the line. And it's Miami with the rebound. Swiped away to the inside. Back to man. That's good. That's LeVert with the assist. Man's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
A 3 from Anderson. The rebound by Niang. Atlanta has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Here's man. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Zero defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
This team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3 with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
The Hawks making a switch here. Buffkin's checked in. LeVert from outside. Hits it from 3-point range. LeVert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hero passes to Burks. Robinson for 3. Kept alive. Burks kicks to Robinson. Launches it. Here's Ware. Back to Burks. A fadeaway. Rebounded by Capella.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
There's the steal. Here's Niang. Sinks the triple. Niang's got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
And it's Anderson with the ball for Miami. Pass to Hero. for the three. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And Hero getting to the spots where he can be very effective. That swagger he plays with is infectious.
Miami's got the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Wasted no time on that one. Now it's a 3-point Miami lead.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Here's Buffkin. No scoring in this one. Shot clock at 6. Atlanta again missing. Here's Miami now. They've got an 8-0 run, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And some changes here for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Anderson. Wiggins comes in for Duncan Robinson. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Hero. Now here's Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Mitchell. Over Young. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. The Hawks trail by 5. Now, here is Young. He has 6. Stolen by Mitchell. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Heat.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
It feels like the three-point line has opened up really early in this one, too. They've been looking confident from behind the arc, but there's a lot of attempts going up.
Hawks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Young finds Johnson. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Adebayo drives in. Burks the pass to Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Hawks trailing. Young outside. Riza in the corner. This one for 3. And Young with the basket on the assist by Riza. Young's got 9.
Good up-tempo play there from Young, firing that shot off before the D could react.
Works for 3. And the 3-ball is good. And the Heat lead by 2.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
32.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You gotta like what Tyler Hero has done in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On the court for Atlanta, the front court is Riza and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Okongwu into the center position. Break since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
In a flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Young from outside. And he stays with it. Lets the 3 fly. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 5 rebounds tonight. Wiggins outside. Works for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound in this one. Sinks the three-pointer. Okongwu's now got 5. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Now here's Burks. He's guarded closely, and he drives in. Ware kicks to Wiggins. 6 to shoot from past the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Young. Johnson with a screen on Adebayo. Young against Hero. Johnson right side. From deep. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hero passes to Adebayo. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Jalen Johnson. Robinson's checked in for Miami. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Good on the shot. 9 points for Bam Adebayo.
How about that? Bam stepping out just a little bit from the mid-range with a soft touch.
Hero against Young. Shoots it. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Adebayo drives in. Up and in on the layup. And now a 3-point Heat lead.
Well, the energy on Bam's drive to the basket is really something the defense has to contend with. Hard to slow him down.
Young from outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Daniels, no good. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. A 2-point game. That one good for 2. Burks has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, nice vision on that pass from Hero, and he put the ball right in the shooting pocket.
Okongwu with the screen for Rizashe. Here is Daniels. Burks covering. Daniels with it. He has yet to score. Johnson kicks to Daniels. Here's Okongwu. Here's Rizashe. From outside, off the mark. Miami leading by 4. Robinson with it. He's picked up by Rizashe, and the basket is good.
A hustle from Duncan there, outworking the defense, and he found his shot.
3-pointer, Daniels, and Ware pulls it down. Ware's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Back to Hero. Pass to Ware. Adebayo against Johnson. Outside, Hero. Heat moving the ball around. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
Got it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Miami with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Harris Levert, 3.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero out there with Anderson. And it's Highsmith in at the 4 slot. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Man. To tie it up. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
3 points.
Man's got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Hero, that's a two-pointer. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about Hero? Gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
LeVert inside the line. It goes straight through with the swish.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Pass to Krejci. Now, man to take the lead. Another three for Atlanta. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Back to Okongwu. Five to shoot. The jump hook. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Miami trailing. Down low. And Adebayo throws it down.
And Bam with great hands there to leap up and time that one.
Okongwu a screen. To the middle. Johnson in the corner. Pass to Rizachet. Young sets a screen for Rizachet. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Young's shot is off. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Offensive rebound. Now Burks. From deep three-point land. And it's Young. Time on the assist by Daniels.
That is why Trae Young has the ball.
Here's Ware, covered by Okongwu. Count that bucket. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's Young. Okongwu with the screen on Hero. And here's Young from the arc. Kept alive. Okongwu with the screen on Burks. Daniels from outside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Puts up a three. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Hawks lead by 4.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Young outside. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's Adebayo with the ball for Miami. And here's Anderson for 3. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul. And Miami making a change here. Higgins is checked in. The Hawks shooting well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Young outside. Offensive rebound. After Rizachet. From downtown. Rebound by the Heat. Higgins up top. Covered by Okongwu. They set the pick. Works for 3. Johnson with the rebound. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Daniels. The shot comes out, and timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
Always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
Young against Hero. Anderson outside. That will count. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good.
That's the end.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For